Check this out. I don't see these every day. Might not even see one even once every year or two. Turning up on any kind of ration market, that's for sure. This is a prototype US meal ready to eat individual, or MRE. It features Retort pouch food tech. Tri-laminate, not bad. I'm telling you. It's a pretty good way of looking at it right here. Prototype MRE, a 1967 MCI, which Meal Combat Individual, the original pre-MRE type single meal issued to US soldiers from 1959 to 1981. 1980, 81, really when inspection dates were finished by 83, 84 even, this thing was still used. It's always America that's in the forefront for research and development of just about anything for technology, including food and shelf-stable food. I don't think anybody else is ever going to be able to compete the same as America does for the rest of the world combined. Seriously, this is like UFO food tech. It's like if maybe we got in contact with old Roswell himself and he was the one who helped us come up with this. In terms of its shelf stability and nutritional value for what is retained, this right here is so much more efficient than just simply irradiated and then canned meat, which even this has more steps to it for ensuring sterility than your average canned food. And then this thing here, it is just no different than that, except it now has a waterproof outer pack. And that's really nice. Look at that. Airtight, flat profile, portable, and makes sense. Nothing beats the US MRE in terms of efficiency for a combat ration. It's the best in the world, and it has been for decades. I mean, really. Too bad that didn't arrive in time for the Vietnam War. This thing here was bulky. It weighed a little bit more than the MRE. This thing is like 1.5 pounds, and instead of like 1 pound to 5 ounces for that, it's a few ounces more, and maybe it doesn't rattle around too much when you keep it in this box, but it's extra weight, and a soldier is gonna have to break it down, and those cans would just rattle on each other. They had to wrap them in their socks just to keep those things from banging up on each other and making too much noise out on a patrol or just marching around, you know. Thing is, this compared to this, accessory packet, spoon, a B unit, B2, it's crackers and cheese, ham and lima beans, nobody liked it, and a pecan cake roll. About 11, maybe 1,200 calories total. This here was a different era, and not for the better by any means. There was nothing about it that is better than a modern US MRE. This thing is so advanced for any era, even to this day. It is more advanced than most countries' rations. Has more water resistance to it than the MCI. A lot more. This thing, just being outside in humidity, it would fall apart. Get wet, wrinkly, and just fall apart. You wouldn't even be able to pack that in your rucksack in Vietnam without it being just soaking wet from sweat and the humidity in the jungle. The olive drab green camo and light water resistance would have made it effective in Vietnam, but it never was put into mass production during the war. Like, there was no point where this thing was used in operations during Vietnam. Not that I know of. It was only ever tested at this point. Look at that. Cleaning patches, interdental stimulator, toilet paper, matches, and a 4-pack. And that's accessory packet B. This is pack A. Coffee, creamer, sugar, salt, spoon, and chewing gum. This was just used in testing. Again, and very few remain. This thing was $1,750. That's what it cost. Look at that. The meat component can be heated by opening a folder and placing over hot water in a canteen cup. See diagram. Food rating form. I almost wouldn't mind seeing one that was used, like a utilized test form, like some soldier that actually brought it back and, after testing and could give ratings. They still do it to this day. I mean, really, prototype MREs are made still every year. Any kind of ratings and what goes back to Natick and what they work on and what they keep. What stays, what goes. Look at that. The chocolate nut cake, ham and chicken loaf. Packed for the U.S. Army, Natick Laboratories by Swift & Company, R&D Center, Oak Brook, Illinois. 4.5 ounces. Same with that one. 5 ounces though. Same place. Super ahead of its time. Look at that. It's pretty much like a B unit's worth of crackers, but tri-laminate. Old school style. Less efficient. Still takes up more space, a little bit more bulky than your flat crackers. Peaches. Freeze-dried or freeze-dehydrated, sweetened. Manufactured by Oregon Freeze-Dried Foods Incorporated. Albany, Oregon. It is a historical ration in more ways than one. The Retort pouch technology won Nobel Peace Prize in 1975. It saves on metal. This is way more metal used than Retort, which food-grade polymers and a thin layer of aluminum. Oh yeah, it's the unlabeled. Who knows which one it'll be. Tax exempt. Looking pretty good. Yeah, cleaning patches. That you'll only see in certain prototypes. Look at this. Stimudent. Interdental stimulator. Clean teeth immediately after eating. And cleaning patches that smell almost like a library. Toilet paper. And matches. Alright, now for this other accessory packet. Accessory packet A. It smells like mint and cardboard. The spoon is in there. It's in the accessory packet at that point. 6 grams of sugar. Here, look. Chiclets. Then salt, 4 grams, lead pack. standard for the era. A creamer that didn't harden up. And, oh wow, look at that, prepared by the Nestle company. Coffee Instant Type 2. It's not Tenco division of Coca-Cola. It is a Nestle sourced or produced. And then this. What's that? Whoa, peanut butter. Tri-laminate pack. And we shall see how it has held up. Be real careful, take this off. Man, why did they do that? It's just so weird. It's like, so you hold this on top of your mess cup, which is going to, it's just, it's so different. It's so different. You hold that on top of a mess cup, which will just hold it in place and heats up the main while it's in this thing, and you probably just eat right, like you tear it open, tear a notch here, shift it down. Gosh, it hasn't moved in decades, you know, just think. See, they want you to keep that attached to that. It's like how it works, and I'm gonna leave it as such. I don't know, it's just hard to even open this thing. I can't believe I'm bringing myself to doing it. Is this stuck too? Glued? It is. They want you to heat these things. This one's less glued than the other, it seems, by a little bit. The other one's just seriously glued onto that box. It's not like it dried out, I don't think. We'll find out. Seriously, look at this thing. Not bad. Alright, let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. Okay. Let's first start off by checking out that coffee. Did I get it from the front? Just a little bit. Here. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine. Doesn't have much of a scent, but there you go. Use some coffee. See if there's a vacuum still on this or not. I don't know. Hard to tell. Let's see here. No. Yeah, they're definitely rancid. The crackers, unfortunate. You can just tell by the smell here that they are past the point of no return. Seriously. I mean, it is. Oh, yeah, no, that's just. Gosh, you know, they're kind of greasy to the touch. Yeah, it's never good. Let's get them out of there anyway. Who cares? We're just gonna unearth them, give them a look. There's definitely no way I'm gonna try them. I mean, seriously, I'm not. That tri-laminate packaging, vacuum seal. I mean, nitrogen flush too, no doubt, along with hydrogenated fats and butylated hydroxyanisole possibly as well, antioxidant. Doesn't matter. It can only hold for so long, and it was a stacked circular cracker. Very inefficient. They were still like that even in 80, 81 at times. But yeah, not built to last like modern. Look at the layering of crackers. You can still see the imprint on the tri-laminate packaging. This was not built to last out like it could have or should have, really. Oh wow, they're still fine. Fresh, freeze-dried peaches. Like, unbelievable. I'm gonna start shaking in no time here. It's like a honeysuckle peach, you know? It's just delectable smelling. A sweet peach smell. And freeze-dried doesn't always have an aroma, but in this case, it is. Whoa, there we go. There we go there. Man. It's like Oregon freeze-dried. Hey, Mountain House, are you seeing this? If you could only smell it. Here, let's try out the coffee. I have coffee and fruit. This thing could feed you for like 2 or 3 meals. It could be a really effective restricted calorie 24-hour ration in a pinch. Containing 1,200 calories, it was the same, if not even a little bit more, than an LRP for the era. Much more efficient, too. Yeah, it's perfect coffee. It's so smooth and delicious. I just spilled a little on my shirt here. Whoops. Yeah, it's smooth and straightforward coffee. And the fruit. Let's try a piece here. Vibrant, tart. Yes, I could rehydrate some, you know, it seems like a waste. It stood the test of time. Oregon freeze-dried is at it again, and this time, actually, they've been at it for a long time. 1968, 69. Light colored peaches, very light yellow, vibrant flavor, perfectly preserved, maintained its flavor, color, nitrogen flushed package that was never permeated. No oxygen got in there. Nothing went wrong with it. I don't think it's dusted with any additional preservative or anything, but if it is, very minimal. Look at the sucrose. The flavor is preserved. Everything about it, that crunch, is unmatched here. Gosh, I could really sit and snack on this one. A fair portion size. Let's rehydrate a little bit. It's a late night snack. I don't know how it lasted this long. And those freeze-dried fruits, I'm telling you, guys would eat a bunch of them and then drink soda with it just to get stomach issues, get taken out of the field. And they were also using them as some kind of fermented beverage they would make out in the field or what have you. It's causing issues. Plus, it wasn't cheap to produce. It was one of the more expensive components. But soldiers would get in trouble with it. I mean, seriously, that's what they'd do. that is well made. I'll say that. Very well made. It's just beautiful. That's good enough. Holding up this long, something like that, it is astounding. Here, chocolate nut cake. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, look at that. Foil laminate with the polymer under. That is so cool to see. I didn't mean to cut it like that. It's very oily. Oh, it's so rancid and disgusting. There we go. We got under the layering. Oh, look at that thing. It's like a demented brownie. By this point, especially, it's that oil that like secreted to the outer layering, and it has gotten plasticky and oh wow, look at that margarine. Look at that stuff. It's like it secreted outward from it. It is no longer food grade by this point. I don't know if it ever was. Looks like it was a pre-production prototype, not for consumption, but it is. It's just, by this point, no longer. Ooh. It's greasy outer oil. What about this? Oh, geez, that is a sharp rancid. That is just, I don't know, man. That thing's like a monster out of a movie that you don't get to see the whole thing because they didn't have the budget. That margarine type oil is on the outer layer of this foil here with a food grade plastic lining that is very thick, and it has delaminated, and the cake itself is beyond rancid. It's one of the most rancid and disgusting cakes I've ever come across. Oh wow, looks a bit spongy, but we'll see. But, oh wow. A slight fibrous chew remains. These are very nice. Peaches, like, they lasted that long and kept that kind of texture. It's like I can't even believe it. It's not like freeze-dried fruit square of the 80s, early 90s. This has a more realistic finish when rehydrated. It is a sliced peach. Fibrous, normal chew. It's perfectly fresh. Problem is the stuff around it. Oh man. Oh, cool. I think it's alright. Look at that. Look at that plastic. I don't know if I want to eat any of this. It's just like, it's the plastic. It's like, was it food grade? Like how it just falls apart. Like, it doesn't look that bad. It's just not that great either. Here. I don't know. It smells perfectly fresh though. I mean, let's put it right there. Oh yeah. Let's peel it upward. It smells normal. It smells like ham. How normal is it by this point? I mean, I want to just get the crackers off the tray because they're affecting my senses. Rancid crackers are going right where the chocolate nut cake is. And let's get that out of here. It's 50 plus years old. Here. Let's look at it. It looks very well preserved. Wonder how. Look at that. Chicken fibers. Nice chunks of ham. All American. I mean, there isn't much scent to it at all. I mean, initially there was, but then now, I don't know. Here. Like it's almost surreal. All right. Let's see what we got here. What's that brown stuff in the corner? Oops. What is that? The sugar pack. Got a creamer or something. Oh well, here. There's like barely any scent at all here. Still edible. I mean, kind of bland. A bit bland, a little bit mushy. Dull in its flavor. Dissatisfying. Most dissatisfying. I don't know if I want to eat any more of that. Doesn't taste all that great. I mean, you could probably keep eating that if you were starving. Like if you really wanted to, you could do it, technically. Those initial MREs were not liked, and because they were never good at first. This was something that was perfected by the late 80s, really, and not even exactly perfected in as much as became more acceptable to troops than the MCI for the era. This was not liked at all, and the freeze-dried fruit, everyone liked it, but side of that, a lot of this stuff. We'll check out that peanut butter in a moment. This leaves much to be desired. I think the ham. So this thing pretty much never changed from its initial. It was just a different formula. It's a bit dull in flavor. It doesn't have enough of a smoked flavor, or it's not salty enough either. It's just dull. Let's try this out. Firm peanut butter. I didn't really need the packaging, but you know, it's like peanut butter halva. Here. Light peanut butter flavor. Sweet. But it's like peanut halva. That stuff is a rare treat. I'll say that much. Oily. Very good, unique peanut butter. It's perfectly edible, palatable, a little bit salty, very flavorful, lightly sweet, almost like a peanut butter frosting, fudge / halva. That is very good. That's awesome peanut butter. It's almost like Canadian peanut butter. Sweet, but also more thick. And I didn't need the packaging properly, as you can see. But I think that's like half the fun. Plus, I think it's about the only way it'd work. I mean, I don't think it would need... It was too dense. Unusual. Too messy for a soldier to have to eat that. It's just like, yeah, you better sit and have like a roll of paper towels for eating this one, because otherwise it's just a bit messy. You have to eat the oil first and maybe drizzle the oil in with your peaches or who knows what, because like you're not gonna, I mean, I doubt it's that different. It's just always been like that. It was dense peanut butter. Dense and very much like the canned, but tastes even better. It's again like halva. Or like a fudge. I don't know. It's like I shouldn't like. But it's so good. It's like, oh jeez. It doesn't look like how it does in the pictures, but since we're here, when's the last time anyone ate one? Probably been a while. Chiclets. Man, Adams Chiclets. Thomas Adams and Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, former president of Mexico. They started that. That's what commercialized chicle, the chewing gum base of the era. And that stuff was totally different back then. Oh yeah. You don't make them like they used to. Just glide with that. Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna and Thomas Adams. De Santa Anna goes out to the Dutch West Indies after he flees Mexico. took the money and ran. And, he was the general that led the attack on the Alamo. He was well liked at that point, but once he became president of Mexico, he went out to the Dutch West Indies and he just had a good time. He took a collection of chicle with him, and that wasn't the only thing he brought out there. It was just when he was jawing down, he needed the chicle. He'd have a whole mouthful of it. He'd keep in his mouth at night, kept his mouth from moving around everything. He had TMJ. He went out there mostly just to find a chump. Yep, that's when he came across Thomas Adams, who came off this steamboat. One of those things that's got like the cycle on the back of it and keeps it going. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. And he was just, really, man, coffee's smooth. He was really just going out there for a good time, and if he found a business partner, he'd go with that too, and he did. He was wooed over. When he landed, he gets off this dock, and there's this steel roof building with a porch, and there's Antonio Lopez sitting on the porch drinking mint julep. And it was just his look and everything and the way he managed things. He was always wearing a different wig, and Thomas Adams just was, again, just elated by his look and everything, just right off the top. Lured him in like the fish he was, which he took some real lemons and turned them into lemonade with that company. I mean, seriously, he's lucky he made it happen like he did, and he kind of knew that Thomas Adams knew that Antonio Lopez was impulsive, and he just, if something didn't work, he'd abandon it and move along. He just had to hold out until the business wasn't really working well enough until after he left, and he left his chicle with Thomas Adams. Went back home to Mexico. That wasn't smart at all for him. Chiclets. This right here is history. Chicle, or chicle. It's from the sapodilla tree. And chicleros, chicle farmers, chicle, tomato, same thing. They'll cut V shapes in these trees, and they're sitting there and hanging out with a ladder and getting this sap out, and then they process it a little bit, and they sell it off to these companies that then take it and turn it into little chiclet pieces, little pieces of chewing gum. Made of gum-based sugar, corn syrup, starch, and natural flavor. Warner Lambert Company, Morris Plains, New Jersey. And Warner Lambert, that's American Chicle Company. It's just a little bit later on and changing hands and whatnot. And this is a 2-cent pack of chewing gum. The original Thomas Adams chewing gum, it was like 1 penny per piece, which is expensive. It's just this thing, it's this new thing coming through, and that's the deal. It's like, you got something that has turned into a large industry and part of the world, really. A lot of countries are chewing gum. Took off after World War II, and that was supplying it in the rations, and soldiers would trade it off and give it away. To this day, chicle, or chicle, again, I'm just going to call it one or the other and then say that too, but then, for chicle these days, there's still no usage for that stuff. I'm telling you, it is as useless as ever, if not even more so. It's just, there wasn't enough supply of it as the increase of demand occurred throughout the 30s, after the 30s into the 40s, when it's used in rations during World War II. It's like, man, we can't supply enough of it. Everybody's wanting to chew this now. So by the 50s and 60s, it switches to a synthetic gum base and has stayed that way. See if it bites right in. Perfectly fresh and delicious. Light peppermint flavor. That is something else right there. Look at that ham. It's fine. It's just, again, it's like Langolier food. It has no flavor left. It lost flavor and scent, but it is a sight to see. And so is that over there, I guess. Natick, thank you for all that you do. Stimudent, the one and only. Probably just gonna keep it sealed. Here, maybe not here. Let's take one. We'll save the other. You get two of them. See, look at that. It's like balsa wood. You bite the end. What an experience. Well, anyway, this is Steve 1989. I hope you liked the video, and I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old. Alright, cool. See ya.